Growing up in Australia, I thought it was the best place to live.
This is the fierce snake. Come here, mate. The most venomous snake in the world.
In my later years, I have spent considerable time in Southeast Asia and find the people, culture and lifestyle enchanting. Nothing like Australia, but a lovely place to live for completely different reasons. Japan,
Refrigerator.
Cambodia. I lived in Vietnam for 4 years and I'm currently enjoying the lovely culture and people of Thailand.
Hello, welcome!
But I've decided it's time to leave all of these poses behind and go and live in the one true blessed country, China.
Oh, hello, please. Bing bong ching chong.
Most of you are probably confused as why I'd want to go live in a communist country and leave the freedom of Australia or pretty much anywhere else on earth. Well, you're about to be educated on why China is the greatest country in the world. And I'm not just saying that so the algorithm loves me. Let me prove it to you now so we're on the same page. Firstly, everyone loves Chinese food. Sweet and sour chicken, dumplings, prawn crackers and shit. All great stuff. But I want to focus on the cunning ingenuity of these people and the joy of living in a place where everything on earth is manufactured. Literally almost everything seems to be made in China.
Everything here was made in China.
So I'm going to do a little series on how awesome it would be to actually live in China. Screw the free world. Now remember when I mentioned Chinese food being delicious? Everyone says the most authentic Chinese food would be in China.
Who's saying that?
I don't actually know if anyone says that, but it makes sense. So let's take a look at some of these delicious meals. Because I don't want to overwhelm you with too many positive things regarding China, today we'll be focusing solely on some of the delectable dishes on offer.
Yeah, buddy!
To truly experience the authentic Chinese culture, you can't simply eat at some fancy restaurants. That's some stupid touristy shit. You need to hit up the street vendors. Other than making you run to take a massive shit, you're treated to that unique gutter oil taste of the food. Gutter oil. That sounds absolutely scrumptious. I can't wait to try it. That's the right attitude to have, round eyes.
Fuck you, round-eyed douchebag.
Gutter oil is where all the delicious flavour comes from, and possible death. And in case you're concerned about that gutter oil reuse, don't fret.
Here's a new invention in relation to gutter oil, an oil water separator. You just pour leftover hot pot and other leftovers into this machine, and it separates out the oil. Should we call this gutter oil or chopstick oil? I heard this machine is selling like hotcakes on the e-commerce platform Taobao. I wonder if these shady restaurant owners are snapping them up. And what about the inventor's original intention? Was it really just to make collecting gutter oil easier?
Ethical and hygienic? Probably not. But that just sounds like woke shit, right?
Huh?
And I love how people come up with ways to keep being dodgy. Genius. Hygiene and cleanliness is paramount for these small kitchens and street vendors. Not to the same pesty standards we adopt in the West so we don't die, but they clean stuff. For example, using natural rainwater from the side of the road to rinse your cloth and then clean your kitchen station. You can't hate on this man for using Mother Nature's resources in the form of dirty road puddles. The food is so delicious that even the rats want to get in on the action, in broad daylight, on an open street where anybody can see. And sometimes they love it so much they actually become part of the dish.
At Jiangxi Industrial Vocational Technical College, found a rat head in his cafeteria meal.
If you ask me, that's simply extra flavouring and something I would be thankful to receive. You ungrateful scumbags. Often these street vendors leave extra bits and pieces as a thank you to customers, like the local fish and chip shop that throws in an extra potato cake or two. Chinese street vendors, and alarmingly many university cafeterias, like to mix it up and throw in all sorts of goodies. These goodies include, but are not limited to, syringe needles, just in case you're a heroin junkie. Thoughtful. The sole from someone's dirty shoes soaking in your food, for those foot fetish foodies. For the avid handyman, you might be lucky enough to snag the odd nut or bolt for your collection. Jackpot. Perhaps you're an aspiring vegan who prefers a little bit of plastic bag to balance out your meaty sausage. And lastly, for the true VIP customer, they offer the premium editions.
Special treatment for the special boy.
A filthy sink strainer for added dirt and scum.
And
A used condom that instantly adds creaminess to any dish.
Delicious, delicious, delicious.
If your appetite isn't already wet from these delicious treats, then you're obviously just a racist who hates Chinese people. And puppies.
Oh, yes, hello, please. We are Chinese people. Hello, please. Ping Pao Ding.
The only way to rectify this is to consider liking and subscribing. Or don't, and you can be that person nobody likes.
Yes, you can shit all your life.
Now bask in the awesomeness that is Sensei Seagal in clothing form and think about draping yourself in his glory. Quick montage and back to being Chinese. Now, no doubt when you're eating your hearty local meal, you'll want to wash it down with a beer, or at least what you hope is beer. This bloke explains how there is no need for actual beer when you can have this exotic blend of whatever the fuck mixed together instead.
9.9的啤酒便宜吧？卖你还能挣7块，运费1块8，成本就2毛。就是不，先来点这个我奶醋粉条，剩下的麦芽粉，哎，够了，就都火。第二步，再加点食用酒精，啤酒不是白酒，喷2下就行，有味儿啊就行了，别喝到嘴里，先凉得开。第3步，听说好大哥喜欢泡过足的，咱们加点这柠檬酸呐和小苏打。哎呀，这好啊！ 哎呦，整多了。第4步，这可是精髓啊！啤酒香精，看看像不像你印象当中的那个进口啤酒？
These ladies add extra flavor with their hands and use containers to maximize the customer experience. These craft beers are extremely popular at tourist stopover spots, great for washing down lamb skewers. It might be worth noting that often the skewers are actually pork or, if you're lucky, the friendly neighborhood kitty. Now perhaps you don't fancy alcohol and like to stick to good old H2O. A health-conscious individual.
Stay hydrated.
These lads run a sophisticated and organised water bottling factory that is completely above board and definitely not reusing and recapping old bottles without even washing them. For those more into their fruits, sweets and desserts, the Longhorn Pulp is known for its refreshing taste with that added dash of little girl saliva to really tickle your taste buds.
I can taste it.
Or perhaps you'd like to go with the popular and cherished mooncake, with a lovely salted duck egg in the centre. A much loved traditional treat, here is an example of how manufacturers process duck eggs to create this delicious snack.
We start with duck eggs collected straight from the duck shed and marinate them in a special yellow mud mixture prepared traditionally with salt water, black tea, and yellow wine. Once the eggs are evenly covered with the mud, we seal them off from air with some cling wrap. After 10 days in a cool place, the mud gets cleaned off in a machine. The yolks firm up and take on a lush red hue, retaining all their oiliness during the marination. Separate the yolk and the whites, place them on a tray, and spray a bit of high-proof liquor to get rid of any unwanted smells. Then, off to the oven they go.
Or you could just skip all of that rubbish, mix some stuff together and churn these bad boys out like YouTube content creators. After all, apparently taste is all that matters.
It tastes like fucking dick infused with balls.
And we'll finish today's little promotional material with a look at the tasty meat buns widely available throughout China. Unbeknown to the rest of the world, it turns out that mixing cardboard together with meat is better than 100% meat.
They soak waste cardboard in water until it softens. Mix it with a bit of meat filling, add some fragrances and spices, stir well, and there you have your bun filling.
Rumour has it prison systems worldwide are interested in this recipe. Let me know if you're interested in a part 2 of the quality and authentic foods available in China. We will also cover many other joys of life, such as how nice it is to speak freely about anything, how a lot of online products definitely aren't fake or dangerous, how awesome it is to work in factories and make these dodgy things, and of course, how celebrities suck China's balls like little bitches.
我有一个错误，我必须说现在就是很重要。我爱更尊重中国跟中国人，我很抱歉对我的错误，对不起，我很抱歉，你必须了解，我很爱很尊重中国跟中国人。
I hope this video has helped convince you that you should move to China in a hurry. If not, don't worry, I'll sort you out soon. Next up is a Big Daddy movie review, but for now, my friends, avoid eating food with condoms or nuts in it. But above all, stay awesome. Peace, legends.
I'm emotional in my sorrow.